A very good morning, dear students. 10th grader, I hope you all are good. In last session, we have discussed about chapter 1, in which we have discussed till page number 16. Today, we are continuing with next topic from page number 17. And the next topic that we are going to discuss that is related to hypertext and hyperlink. What is the difference between hypertext and hyperlink? Hyperlink, as the name suggests, that will create the link. And what is hypertext? That will display the text. In a one line definition, that will display the text to read. That is hypertext. Text to read. And link, that will create the hyperlink. Suppose we are having a link here. Click here. Always link will be represented by a underline. This is known as hyperlink, where we can click to move to the another information. It means when we will click here, we will get the other information. That will be known as hyperlink. Now, which information will be open to read? After clicking on this link, which page or which information we will get, that is known as hypertext. So, hypertext is the information that is rendered for reading after clicking on the hyperlink. First, we will press hyperlink. On hyperlink, which page will we get open for information? That is known as hypertext. And hyperlink can be in the form of text also. It can be in the form of icon also. It can be in the form of picture or image also. It depends upon the programmer which type of linking a programmer is using for their program. So hypertext, that is available after clicking on the link. Hyperlink, a link that is represented with the help of, that can be an image also, that can be a text also, or that can be an icon also, on which a user will click to find out the other information. And the information that will be open, that is hypertext. Now come to the next part, blogging. Basically, the concept of blogging is used to sharing of information or idea with a group of people. Blogging is the process of sharing your personal views or ideas, and ideas and views can be shared either online or it can be shared offline. So basically, blogging is the process of sharing your ideas and views. It is for sharing of ideas. Now, the person who will do the blogging, what it will be known? That person who will do the blogging, that will be known as blogger. And what text he will write, what he will share, that will be known as blog. And the process of writing the blog, is known as blogging. So 3 steps are there: blog, blogger and blogging. Blogger is the person who will do. Blog is the text that he will share. And the process of sharing the text is known as blogging. Now blogging can be of 4 types. It can be your personal blogging. It can be blogging related to news, that is also known as news group blogging. More, it can be related to your company page. And moreover, 4th type category, that is related to your micro. We known as micro page. What is the difference between these all? Micro page blogging will restrict you to write the content up to limited number of words. It means a person can write up to maximum 140 to 150 words for sharing your ideas. That is a type of blogging that is known as micro blogging, that is generally performed by some websites. That is generally used for feedback also. Company blogging, in which company is sharing the idea for products and services. This type of blogging is a type of company blogging. News group blogging, basically it is sharing of information, and it is not only news. It is not only news information, it can be any important information. The general name is news group, but it is not important, it will be news. It can be any general information that will be shared between a group of people. That is known as news group. It is very available to various people. And personal blogging, that is your personal ideas, your personal views that you want to do from your side. That type of blogging is known as personal blogging. These are the 4 categories of blogging. Now blogging has some advantages also, and blogging has some disadvantages also. So the major advantage is that it is available free of cost. There is no further cost to do blogging, it is free of cost. There is no additional charge. Second benefit, you can easily send the message, you can easily share your views. It's the way to share your views very easily. Third one is management is very easy. We need not to spend a lot of time. It is very easy to manage your blogging. Fourth point, it is according to your choice. You can work that you want to like. It is not restricted, you have to do this work only. And last point, you can earn profit also. You can earn your income also. Because if you will share your good ideas or views, you will earn profit also. These are 4-5 advantages. Now along with advantages, there are some disadvantages also that are generally used. It will take a full time to sharing your ideas. Time is required more to sharing your ideas. But some people like blogging, but they don't have time. They don't have time, and revenue is not fixed. It means income is not fixed, because you have to be regular work on that idea. You have to spend the full time for blogging system. And sometimes it happens, if you are not feeling well, you are feeling unhealthy, you are not able to update your ideas, so your income will become zero. So these are some disadvantages. These are the advantages and disadvantages of blogging. Now we are continuing with the next topic. Next topic that we are going to discuss, it is news group. Now next topic is news group. What is news group? News group is basically a sharing platform. It is a sharing platform to a group of people. It means you can discuss your idea, if you can discuss your views with a group of people. The difference between blogging and sharing, blogging is seen by everyone, but here you can discuss in between. You can share your idea in a group of people and discuss it. But in blogging, discussion is not available. This is the difference between news group and blogging. It provides a platform to discuss your views, discuss your ideas in front of others, and find out some potential, find out some suggestions. Generally, news group is used for the purpose of a large group of people, in which a person can easily buy or sell the product, a person can find the solution of any problem, a person can keep any query, a person can use the news group for online discussion, and it helps to solve the problem to a specific person with a suggestion of number of people. So news group have some advantages also, disadvantages also. Before that, we will discuss the category of news group. News group is not restricted to the specific news. The major one point, news group also can be known as Usenet. This is important question. Newsgroup also known as a Usenet. So newsgroup has some categories like we will discuss about COMP.star. It represents all the news are related to, all the discussion is related to the computers. Discussion of computer based issues or topics. Second is news.star. All the discussions are related to a specific news or usernet itself. Next is that is SCI. It is for scientific purpose. Scientific related topics are discussed in case of SCI, scientific topics. And REC.star, it is generally used for recreational ideas. You are having a different idea for others, that is recreational ideas, like you are having some games, you are having some hobbies. Next is SOC. It is for social discussion. It is a group of people, social sites like this. It is a social discussion. Or next is talk.star. It is related to your politics and religion. You want to discuss some concept related to your politics or your religion. In that case, we can use the concept of talk.star. And next is miscellaneous. You can discuss rest all issues in case of miscellaneous.star. These are according to specific class. If there is no discussion under this class, we can discuss under miscellaneous.star. Now newsgroup have some advantages that are generally seen for the purpose of discussion. It means it is some way similar to the mailing list, so that's why it is used for sharing ideas. So it is similar to the mailing list, but it provides a good structure for sharing. It provides a better structure or good structure, you can speak. It provides a good structure for discussion either than mailing list. Second point that is under discussion, that is major benefit. Newsgroup provide the freedom of expression. We can express our freedom, we can express our views anywhere. It provides freedom and it is available free of cost. There is no additional charge. But newsgroup has again some disadvantages. It is not faster medium, not faster like it is not faster like a email. It will take time to get the ideas and suggestions. Second, it is not user friendly. Each person has different views, so it is not a user friendly environment. You can be criticized also. And the risk of, if you are using the online system, in that case chances of viruses are more. These are the disadvantages of using the newsgroup system. Afterward, we are coming to the next topic that is related to HTML. What is HTML? We will discuss now. Now, what is HTML? HTML is a combination of 4 words, that is hyper, text, markup, language. So if we will take the meaning of different 4 words, hyper is the document that is available online, that is available on a web page. That is a hyper document. Text is basically a concept where we can write anything in a specific language, like we are using in English. Any alphabet, that is a part of text. It will provide the functionality to write in English language a specific numerical group of combination. Markup, we can mark a number of tags. We can mark a number of tags to display it online. So for markup stands for the text as you can make up as a special indicator through different types of tags. We can create a different types of tag for different purposes. That is markup. And language, it signifies it is a computer related system that is implemented for computer. So HTML is a programming language that will provide the functionality of tags to write a programming code in a specific English language for a computer system that will be used for a web page, and that web page will be accessible on a worldwide system. That is hypertext markup language. HTML was developed by, it was coined by the developer Tim Berners-Lee. Now, when it came in market, how many tags were there? Total 18 tags were there when first time it came in market. Next concept, when it came in market in 1991. It came in market in 1991, and which version came in market? That was 2.0. Afterward, 5.0 version came in 2012. 5.0 version came. The latest version that came in market in 2017, that was 5.2 version. HTML language can save the program with two extensions. One can be HTML, second can be .html. This is basic about HTML. Now HTML has some features. Advantage also there, feature is also there. What feature? It helps to create web pages. It helps to create web page. Second feature that it can be, it is a platform independent language. It is not dependent upon a specific platform. It is not mandatory it will work for Windows. It can work for any platform. It is independent. It is not dependent. More feature, it is case insensitive. It is not sensitive. We can write in capital letter also. We can write in small letter also. It is a case insensitive programming language, and it is very easy to learn and use. Easy language. This is also the major feature. And using HTML, we can create a different type of pages. Different web page we can design. Different pages can be designed with different features. More advantage, we can make attractive web page by using different styles. We can apply a number of styles in a same web page. And the last feature, it provides the concept of forms and frames also. It means a user can design a form for their feedback, for online transaction. We can divide the form in different small groups also. That is frame. These are the features. Now HTML has some advantages that make them HTML important. First thing, HTML is easy to write. Programming of HTML is very easy to write. A user will not be confused. It is an easy language. And second point, it also helps to use different type of templates. Templates mean to say we can use a different types of styles in a HTML programming language as per the requirement. Along with advantages, there are some disadvantages also. First disadvantage, HTML provide a large code, so it is time consuming language. If we need to write the large code, that's why it is time consuming. And sometimes we are not able to find out the errors in a program, so it becomes a costly language. So due to these reasons, it has some disadvantages. And one more point, HTML only supports the static web page. We cannot create any dynamic web page. These are some disadvantages of using HTML programming language. Afterward, the next topic that is related to URL, IP address, that are general topic we are going to discuss now. Now next topic is web address or URL. The full form of URL, everybody knows, it is Uniform Resource Locator. Uniform Resource Locator. It is the address of web page that is available to access the web page. Like we want to use gmail.com. So the address of web page will be gmail.com, and before the address there will be a protocol, that is hypertext transfer protocol. Along with that address we are having the World Wide Web System, www. So the web address is the address of a website that is used to open a specific web page. It is always unique. It is not used by multiple websites. It is used by one website, one address. It is unique. It is used by one website, one address. It is different for each website. And the URL address is always written in browser. In browser, the address of URL is written to open the web page. Now, what is IP address? IP address is basically the address that is provided for Internet Protocol services. Now, there are some components of URL. Let me discuss first this part. www.google.com. This URL address is divided in subpart. .com, it is the extension that will represent it is a commercial page. Google is a domain. It is a server name from where it will open, and it is a World Wide Web System that is accessible anywhere. And before that we are writing HTTP. This is known as protocol that will help to open a web page. Protocol can be of two types. It can be secure or it can be non-secure. If I am writing HTTPS, it is a secure. If I am writing HTTP, it is a unsecure protocol. This is the detailed explanation of web address or URL. So it's a combination of protocol, subdomain, domain or domain extension. Subdomain, we can speak it is subdomain. We can write this. It is a protocol. World Wide Web, it is a subdomain, and it is a domain, and it is a domain extension. Afterward, come to the next part, that is IP address. IP address, it is an Internet Protocol address that will help to connect with Internet. So the full form of IP address is Internet Protocol. Internet Protocol that is used to connect with Internet to transfer the file. Internet Protocol address. It is used to connect the Internet files to transfer from one system to another system. We can check the IP address of a computer system. The IP address is always available in the Internet Protocol. So for that, what we can do, we can use the window plus R key to see the IP address. When we press window plus R, a run as window will be appear. What we will do, in that window we will use the command cmd. Here we will write cmd, and when we press OK, it will present that your IP address is working or not working. It means your net is connected or not. And this connection can be checked by reply option. If reply is coming, it means your net is connected. If reply is not coming, timeout is coming, that means your connection is not connected. So it will generate like reply from this system. Next is email address. Email address that is used for electronic mailing system to transfer the mail from one mailing account to another mailing account. So basically email address is a combination of username, then @ then server name, and then extension name. So it is a combination of 4 words, like I am writing username Sandeep @gmail.com. So in this address Sandeep is the name of user. @ is the sign that is used to differentiate between user and server. Gmail is the server and .com is the extension. It will represent, it is the commercial page of Google account. So IP address and email address both are different. IP address is the address of website. Email address is the address of user account. A user need to create account. Afterward, a user will get the IP address of their account. And basically, emails are transferred by using a specific protocol. The name of protocol that is used, that is SMTP, Simple Mail Transfer Protocol. If anybody will ask which specific sign is used for email address, the answer will be @. Now today's last topic we are discussing, that is uploading and downloading the files. How to upload or download the file from server or to server. To upload or download the file from server, we are having two options. We can upload single file also, we can upload multiple file also. We can download single file also, we can download multiple files also. So for that we are having the command get and put command. Get is for downloading and put is for uploading. So how to use the command? To do the single downloading, we will use get command. Then we will use the file name, which file we are downloading, with extension .txt. If we want to use the multiple file for download, if we want to download the multiple file, in that case m will be in front of that. M means multiple. Get star.txt, it will download all the files. Star means all files will be downloaded in one time. Single uploading, we will use the put address, put then address of file where it is kept in computer system. Because we are uploading, it is kept in C drive with name file1.txt. If you want to upload multiple files, in that case we will use mput star.txt. It will upload all the files in your computer system. So dear students, we have covered till page number 25 today. In next session we will meet with next video. So if you are facing any doubt in any specific topic, you can send me message on my WhatsApp number. It is my WhatsApp number 999 111 8890. If you will take interest, you will listen the videos carefully, definitely you will understand the chapter. You will create interest in your topic and you will understand more and more your subject. So next time we will meet with the next video with next topic. Thank you. Have a nice day.